Welcome to Rewire Yourself Rich, the podcast for the woman who's done with temporary bullshit mindset shifts and ready for a full nervous system level identity upgrade. The woman who knows she was born to transform the world with her unique superpowers. I'm your host, Kelly Pender, wealth identity rewiring expert, intuitive mentor, and creator of the Rich Coded Method. In our world, we don't manifest like needy ass bitches. We re-encode the big fucking deal wealthy woman back into yourselves. We shift your DNA to remember who the fuck you are. Ready to become rich coded, getting paid to exist? Let's fucking go. Welcome back to another episode of the Rewire Yourself Rich podcast. We have Amanda Rurik on the pod, who is a woman's hormone expert, and she's also a rich coded mastermind client leading her Pinterest board, Mama Movement. And we dive into common versus normal. As women, we hear so much about hormone health, but we don't ever hear about getting to the root cause of the issue. And Amanda leads us through symptoms you should be aware of and what you can implement into your routine for optimum energy. For our high level, high achieving women and mamas out there, this is going to be a game changer for you. And I am so excited for you to dive in. Yay, Amanda. I'm so excited to have you on the pod. This is going to be amazing because your work is everything. And I can't wait to dive in and spill the tea so that more women can live their most joyful, healthiest, best lives ever. So thank you for being here on the pod with us.
Thanks, Kelly. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be on here with you.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. Okay. So Amanda is the leader of the Pinterest Board Mama movement and also women's holistic hormone expert. And I always ask my guests, how did you become the leader of this movement, and how did you become a hormone expert? What led you to this path?
So I got started by going through the hurdle myself. I was dealing with awful hormonal symptoms from anxiety to bloating, couldn't lose the baby weight, acne. I mean, you name it, I probably dealt with it. And really just leading myself through that. I was constantly dismissed by doctors. I was told, oh, well, this is just common. Like, this is just normal. I even had people in my family, God love them. They were super supportive, but no one really had an answer for me. And for me, I didn't want to go down the pharma route. No blame or shame for those that have or want to do that. But for me, like, I just knew that wasn't for me. I wanted something that was natural, that was going to actually get to the root of the issue and not just mask up my symptoms. And I also didn't want to be, imprisoned by, 2, 3, 4 pharmaceuticals every day. It just wasn't that. I just knew in my gut that that wasn't my life's mission, or my life's choice. And so, I tried the supplements. I tried working with different practitioners, doom scrolling, looking for answers, just trying to fit pieces together. And it really led me to this beautiful place of, well, why don't I actually learn more about holistic healing myself? Why don't I actually get certified myself and learn the nuances and learn how my body heals and what my symptoms are actually telling me?
Yeah.
Because when I first started, I was so fearful of my symptoms. I was so afraid and just wanted an answer. And now I've realized that symptoms, yes, they're unwanted for sure. Like, we don't want to be struggling with them and battling with them every day, but they're just your body communicating to you. And I initially didn't know that. And that's a huge shift for me. That was something that I really had to learn, or rather unlearn.
Yes.
And, yeah, so from there, I mean, just working on myself, healing myself, walking the walk myself. I knew that other women needed this. I knew that there was so many women that were being told that, hey, this is common, or this is common. This is just something you have to deal with, and being dismissed or blindly taking protocols off the line. And it wasn't working.
Yeah.
There was something missing. So that's where Rooted in Her Wellness was born.
I love it. I love that you took charge and ownership because it is so easy for us to doom scroll and to take advice from everyone and everything. And I know that you're all about cutting through the bullshit, cutting through the noise, not taking advice from everyone and wasting more time and more money. So tell us and our listeners so that we can become aware. What are some symptoms that we may be experiencing where it's like, actually, your body's like asking for help? What are some symptoms that your clients experience or that we should be aware of?
Yeah, for sure. So I would say painful, irregular periods. That's
Mhm.
probably one of the most common ones. And the one I would say that is really pushed as like just being normal. Like this is just part of womanhood and, part of, you know, coming to that age. And especially, after they've had children, this can change a
Mhm.
lot. So I think the system has really normalized that,
Mhm.
even though it's not normal. Some other ones would be anxiety, bloating after eating, no matter what you eat, no matter what you cut out, acne, things
Okay.
like that, having low energy, feeling like you just can't get through the day. So you may feel great in the morning, then you get to around like that 1 or 2 p.m. and you're feeling that intense crash, like I could just lay on the couch and take a 2-hour nap.
Mhm.
Again, really common, but not what I would deem normal.
Yeah.
And we can even deep dive into that a little bit too, this common versus normal. It's really what society has told us is what we should be experiencing. Like it's what women just go through is what we say is common. And we misuse the words normal in that place because those things are not normal. We should not have to experience those things. That's not like your rite of passage to womanhood or being a mom or anything like that. So there is a very big difference. And you know, people may have heard me talk about that. And it really it is such a shift when you start to understand the nuance between common and normal and really looking at your health and wanting to prioritize your health.
That's so true. I know it's almost like it's normalized for moms to have that 2 p.m. crash and then be like, go grab a coffee at that time. And it's like, no, that's
Yes.
actually not what you need at all. So I would love to talk about that. Like, why are we having that 2 p.m., 3 p.m. crash?
Yeah. So for the majority of people, there are some things that can be coming up that bring those symptoms out. And I say that just because, for everybody's path is not the same situation. So you can have different reasons why your symptoms are presenting, and yet the symptoms can be similar across the board, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
But what I find is common for most women is really it comes down to a couple different things. One, nervous system. We're
Hmm.
so dysregulated. We, especially as moms, we're told that we have to constantly be on the go, check all the boxes, manage the household, the kids stuff, which, there's appointments, there's games, there's practice, school, there's all of the things just with that alone.
Hmm.
So nervous system is really, really huge. We've become such a society of go and do and go and do. So that would be really my first place. The second one is we're so under resourced. And what I mean by that is minerals
Mm.
and nutrition. How are we supporting our body? What does our body actually need? So, listeners, you may be familiar with electrolytes. You're talking about your sodium and potassium, magnesium, and calcium, which again, those are great, but do we even know where your body's at? Do we even know where you've been? Because the reality is, motherhood, it's a beautiful, beautiful process, a beautiful thing that we get to experience, that we have the opportunity to experience,
Hmm.
but we also aren't taught how to support ourselves. It's
No.
it's a very depleting experience. So
Mm-hmm.
when we're not supporting ourselves in the right way, just because we don't know, we don't have those answers, we were never taught those things, it can leave us in a place where our body literally doesn't have the resources to make energy. It doesn't have the resources to produce hormones. So that's where we get that trickle effect of all of these symptoms coming up. And then the other thing that I would say is really circadian rhythm would be the other factor here. So really working with nature. So are we getting up? Are we having morning light exposure? Are we continuing to just doom scroll, be on a screen all night long, and then wondering why we can't sleep? Because
Yeah.
we just had blue light in our face for 2 hours. So I think
Mhm.
it's really just bringing awareness to these things and just really, you know, checking our pride at the door, because this isn't to shame anybody. This is really to bring light into like, okay, what little shifts can I make? What little thing can I start doing today? And that's, those are the big shifts that, that really make the difference.
Yes, I love that. It's so true. And I love that you brought up nervous system regulation because that is rarely ever taught by doctors. That's
Hmm.
rarely ever spoken about um, in the mom support Facebook groups. And I actually want to talk about that. Why do you think that so many women are doom scrolling to find the answer and are looking in those mom Facebook groups for someone else to tell them what they should be doing so that they feel better and have more energy? Why are we doing that?
So this is just my personal experience and what I have heard from many clients. I really think that one, social media has been, part of our normal daily routine for years now. So it's become a part of our society. It has become a part of our daily routine. Checking in on Facebook. If I have an issue, instead of maybe running to the doctor or seeking out a specialist, I can just hop online. It's free, it's quick, it's immediate. So we kind of get that little dopamine hit of, oh yeah, someone's tuning in, someone's answering my questions, someone's liking my post, someone's giving me something to do. So now I just got free advice
Hmm.
really quickly. And now you also have Amazon and things like that that can, if they're recommending a supplement or a protocol, well, shoot, now I can just order that. It's at my doorstep tomorrow. Like I don't have to have this waiting anymore. I get that instant answer, that instant quick fix, that instant gratification.
Hmm.
We've started to live in this instantaneous kind of response society. And again, it's not to blame anybody, because I mean, gosh, I was there in the beginning of my health downhill. That's
Hmm.
what I was doing too. That's where I was looking, because I was like, gosh, I just need an answer. Like, I just don't want to feel like shit anymore. Like, please help me. So
Yes.
I do get that.
Mhm.
But what I can tell you again from experience personally and working with dozens of women is that it leaves you empty. That quick dopamine hit of that whole process leaves you empty within minutes, hours, days. And then you do the thing, you do the supplement, you do the protocol, maybe you feel better. And then
Mhm.
you stop, and then a month or two later, you're back to feeling the same exact way, and sometimes even worse than where you
Yeah.
started. So it's a lot of these, quick fixes and putting band-aids on things that aren't really giving you the deep healing that you really are seeking.
Hmm. I love the way that you explain that. It's so true. We want that like I want the answer now. I want the answer now. And we forget that as women that we're so unique and we have our own individual cells and body and hormones and systems that
Yeah.
the answer is not the same as it would be for you. It's not the same as it would be for this person giving advice on social media. And
Mhm.
we forget that. We forget that we are individual and unique and need our own method and our own support.
Yeah.
I would love to hear because you know that in my body of work, we're all about getting to the root.
Yes.
so that we can rewire and create our own rules. And this is why I love your work, because you get to the root, right? In our bodies for our hormones. And why do you think that so many of us don't know that the solution is actually to get to the root in your body so that you can heal and thrive?
I mean, I think it really is along the lines of what we were just saying. I mean, we've grown so accustomed as an overall society. Again, this may not be every single person, but in general, as a society, we've become so accustomed to just getting an answer now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we can't get into the doctor, you know, within a week or something, we can just hop online, hop in our mom group, hop in a crunchy group, and you know, and get some advice. And again, I'm not saying that maybe that advice doesn't work for that person, but again, like you said, it's not nuanced. It's not taking into account why your symptoms are actually there. Like if we're missing that critical step,
Mm-hmm.
you're really just throwing spaghetti at a wall. Or like
Yeah.
the other way I like to explain this is you're building your health house on quicksand. Yeah, you
Mm.
may get some walls up, you may get some rooms built, but then once you stop, once you stop doing those things, it's just going to all collapse and you're going to be back to ground zero
Mhm.
again. And so we really want to start shifting the mindset around just getting quick fixes and just getting that quick dopamine hit of an answer online, or you know, a like, a follow on these threads. Because I mean, this is something that I see so common on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook. And again, it's not to create hate on Sally for giving some advice, because I'm sure, I want to believe that it's out of goodness in her heart.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it also is creating a lot of stress and chaos in the healing realm, in the healing system. So
Mhm.
it's something that I really, I really wish I could just put an end to be
Yeah.
honest.
And that's the work that you're doing.
Yes.
And
One
that's,
woman at a time.
yes, that's what we're here. Pinterest board mama movement. I love it.
Yeah, and it's actually, you know, really interesting because I want to share this with you. I'm currently working with a client and I just love working with her. I adore her. And she came to me initially having gone through practitioner after practitioner after practitioner, spent literally thousands. And she said to me, Amanda, like, this is it. I know in my soul, like I know in my gut, this is exactly what I need. And I no longer want to go to practitioner. Will you please help me?
Yes.
So she was living day after day through debilitating anxiety, painful periods, wonky cycles,
Mhm.
couldn't have enough energy to support her day. She has 3 kids and she homeschools. So, you know, obviously energy is a big deal and a big factor for her, like most moms.
Yeah.
And she was just really struggling and not understanding why she couldn't heal, not understanding why her body was doing this. I mean, she felt completely broken and just stressed out, anxious to the max.
Mhm.
And so again, we dug into her root cause. We got to the bottom of what was going on pretty quickly. And again, the first thing that we started with was really creating safety in her nervous system. She didn't even realize how unsafe she felt
Mhm.
healing. Had no idea all of these thoughts and emotions that were playing like music in the background that was keeping her stuck. And again, it's not her fault. It was never her fault. It was simply bringing awareness to that and peeling back the layers. That way she could understand, and that way so she could see and feel those things and allow those things to move past. And now creating that safety within her body is something we still do to this day. It wasn't hey, we're just going to do this for month one and move on. Like this
Yeah.
has been still to this day, months later, a daily practice that she's bringing in and
Mm.
going through. Right now she's going through a moving situation and
Mm.
still bringing this stuff in because she knows how important it is, and she has seen like how less stressful this move has been for her. She has been noticing how much more patient she is with her kids. She has been noticing how within 3 months, we have done nothing to specifically tackle her hormone stuff because her hormones were never the issue.
Mm.
How miraculously, within just a few months, her periods, she no longer has cramping. She's no longer spotting before periods. She's no longer having crazy up and down roller coaster mood swings. Her anxiety is no longer controlling her day simply by focusing on what her body actually needed, by simply focusing on what those symptoms were telling her. It's been a true gift working with her, and we still have a few months to go, so it's only up and up from here for her. Yeah, it's been pretty incredible.
Oh, I love that. That just gave me chills because the truth is, it's like you would have never found that answer in a doctor's office, in a
Mm-mm.
mom's group, scrolling on Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok. And that's what I said in the beginning. We truly waste so much time, energy, resources, and money for people to just dismiss us. Right. And this is why it's so important to get to the root. And that's what you see within everyone's unique individual being and body. And for those listening, I mean, what you did there is you saw where she was identifying, right? As
Hmm.
someone who
Yes.
was maybe felt incapable of healing, or maybe who was afraid to heal and
Hmm.
was unknowingly showing up, leading, and identifying as that person. And you got to the root and went into her nervous system and was able to shift that identity. And
Yep.
that transformation is amazing.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I mean, you hit the nail right on the head, Kelly, because I mean, that's really where she was showing up. And again, unknowingly.
Mhm.
And once we really did literally tap into that and start to
Yep.
rewire how she was showing up, why she was showing up, and how healing got to be easy for her. I
Mhm.
mean, it was literally weeks. She was already noticing shifts
Mhm.
and already noticing how she was showing up differently for herself and for her family. So it's pretty powerful.
That's amazing. Yes. And as one of our EFT tapping graduates, I remember when you shared with us, and maybe this was the same client, when you had your first EFT tapping session with her, it was like mind-blowing shifts in that
Mhm.
session.
I mean, it was pretty amazing. And, I'm not going to share, specifics out of disrespect for her, but what I was literally seeing and feeling from her was, I mean, it was like a new person was like sitting in front of me, which, before becoming certified, like I didn't even know that this was a tool that could be used in the healing journey. I didn't even, like, I wasn't aware. Like I didn't know what I didn't know, right? And
Yep.
so being able to like integrate this into my practice has literally made complete transformations for my clients. So pretty incredible.
Love that. Amazing. Okay, so for our listeners, we know that we're not going to doom scroll at night because that F's up our rhythm. I always F up that word, circadian.
Circadian rhythm. Yeah.
Okay. So we're
Yeah.
not going to do that. What is one or two other things that we can start to implement into our routine that is beginning to balance us out?
Mm. So my tried and true thing that I love for myself and I love for most people is really finding a morning routine. And I know there's going to be some moms here listening that are like, "Hey, listen, I've got infants, like I'm waking up all through the night, like morning routine what?" So I get it. I get it. And so this is also, I'm going to caveat this with meet yourself where you're at. Again, if you're still in the depths of newborn baby, waking up 2 or 3 times a night, like this may not be the right season for you yet,
Mhm.
but you can always lock this in, write it down, come back to this episode and listen again, because there is going to be a time where baby is sleeping through the night. You're going to wake up rested and you can get up and have, some you time and prioritize you. Okay. So I want to say that because this is not a force or a, you have to do it my way or you're never going to heal or anything like that. So with ease and with love, what I truly recommend is, yeah, getting up before your kids. So if you know your kids normally get up around, let's say hypothetically 7 o'clock, I recommend trying to get up around 6:30 or 6. Give yourself that time to ease into your day, because what I've noticed is when we're getting up and instantly, getting dressed, running into the kitchen, making breakfast, and the kids are asking you questions, it's like it's chaos, and every mom knows that because she hears mom 500 times a day. Again, we love our kids. However, we need to balance ourselves and prioritize ourselves. That way we can actually show up as the mom we want to be our Pinterest board mama self. Because when we're neglecting ourselves and not allowing ourselves to have us time, it really shifts our whole mindset of like just being in chaos, being in the stress, and instantly like activated into like a frenzy.
Yeah.
So I really recommend starting that. And what you can do with that 30 minutes or an hour, if you can, morning light. If you can get outside for 5 minutes, that's amazing. In the summer, yeah, go sit outside, let the sun hit your face, be on your skin, and just be in that moment. Now I know we're getting into fall and winter, so it may seem like, oh, okay, well, I can't do that because it's too cold. Go find your favorite window. Go make a little sanctuary. Pull up a chair, grab a cozy blanket. Go sit by that window, because you're still going to get that natural light into your eyes and into your body. And your body's going to recognize the time of day simply by the type of light that is coming through. Again, there's a lot more science on this that I'm not going to bore you guys to tears with, but the point is we want to get some natural light in our eyes, on our face, and that really sets up our day. And then you can also, if you want to layer in some other things, think about an EFT tapping practice, right after that or during that. I mean, you could still be sitting there outside in the sun or by your window and pull in, a 5, 10, 15-minute practice. You could pull in some simple meditation, throw on some easy music, and just focus on your breathing. Maybe you're a journaler. Maybe that, speaks to you. That's like your love language. You just want to journal your thoughts out, pull in some gratitude for the day, get some thoughts out on paper. Some women, that's really what works for them. So
Yeah.
it's really about giving your time and giving yourself this time and space to allow yourself to do that. Whatever feels good for you, and give yourself a week. Like, I just invite you to give yourself a week and try it and just notice. Are you showing up more patient? Are you showing up with more kindness, love, attention, because you've filled your cup up?
Yeah.
So that would be one thing that I would recommend. And then the other thing that I would recommend is stop skipping breakfast, for the love of goodness, please. And I know I'm going to speak to probably every single mom here, because we get up, again, we're running into the kitchen, we're worrying about our kids, we're trying to get them off to school, or, for those of you that homeschool like myself, you're like, well, I just got to get everything, started for the day and just get, the schedule rolling. But again, you're skipping out on one of the most important meals of the day. You just went through 9, 10, 12 hours of not eating. Your body needs the fuel. So again, going back to that energy dip, that 1 or 2 p.m. energy dip, it actually does start by fueling your body in the morning as well. So again, this is all interrelated. You're not going to just do one thing and not have it affect something down the road. So I really do recommend getting a breakfast. And for some of you, you're like, Amanda, I'm just not hungry in the morning. Like, leave me alone. I don't want to eat until 10 or 11 o'clock. I hear you. I thought I was that girly too at one point, and it completely backfired for me. And start small. If that's you, start small. Grab a little thing of yogurt and some berries.
Yeah.
Or 1 egg and a piece of toast. Like, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be extravagant or some big, huge, glorious meal first thing. Start with something small and slowly build that up. Do that for a few weeks, and then you can add in another another little something, maybe, a breakfast sausage or some more fruit or, a piece of cheese, whatever feels good for you. The point is you want to get a balanced meal. You want to get some protein in your body and give your body that fuel to start your day. Because when we're not supporting ourselves, when we're not giving our body what it needs, the resources, it's going to show up. And that looks like that 2 p.m. crash. That looks like those wonky periods. That looks like that bloating. It looks like that I'm just exhausted by the end of the day because your body is screaming, I need more.
Yes, that was so helpful. I know that everyone listening is like, I can do that. I can implement that because I want to feel good. I want to be my Pinterest board mama self.
Yes.
Ooh, I love that. Is there anything else
Yes.
coming through that you would like to share with us and share with our listeners today?
I invite you to be curious. So if you're new to holistic health or root cause healing and really wanting to, get a better answer for why you keep struggling, you've done the doom scrolling, like I said, you've done the supplements, the protocols of practitioners, and you're just still feeling stuck. You feel like you have a random answer over here and another answer over here, but you just want to have one cohesive plan of like, okay, like this is my lifestyle. Because health is not a destination. It truly is a transformation. It's a journey. It's a lifestyle. Then I really urge you to be curious. And I mean, you can do your own research. Absolutely. I always urge people to, do research, ask questions, reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any question. There's no stupid question ever in my book because we're all learning. Okay. So I would invite you just to be curious and ask yourself, like, why is what I am doing or what I have done not working? Because there's always a reason. Your body isn't going to give you symptoms just because it hates you. It's not going to give you symptoms just because you're getting old. It's not giving you symptoms just because, oh, well, now you're a mom, so welcome to the tribe. Like, none of that is the truth. Even though it's what we're told, even though it's what it's painted to be, that's not the truth. So I just invite you to get curious, start asking yourself better questions, asking yourself why, what can I do to support myself, and what does my body actually need? When I have a symptom, when I'm having crappy periods, what is my body trying to tell me? And then I really urge you to also, if you're ready to take, that deep dive, that next step, and you're like, yes, I feel called to this. Like, I know this is for me. I'm feeling this way of healing myself. I urge you, whether it's me or not, I urge you just to find someone who is a true root cause healer, someone who's really going to get to the root cause of your problems, and also make sure that they will look at you as a whole person. So a lot of, again, not to badmouth anybody, but there are practitioners out there that will specialize in one area, and that's great. But if we're going to just look at your gut health, it doesn't address everything else going on. You're a whole person. Like, you have a gut, you have hormones, you have thyroid, like you have all of these other functions and areas. So I recommend finding someone that can look at you as a whole person and really help guide you in your whole being, in your whole lifestyle, in your whole body, because that's also what's going to make the shift. It's what's going to help you put all of those puzzle pieces together instead of having random answers kind of thrown across the board and like, how do I make a routine that actually works for me and, and supports my whole body? Yeah. So that's what I would recommend.
That was so helpful, so beautiful. Yes, we're all set up for success. We are all becoming our Pinterest board mama selves. This is amazing. Tell us where we can find you, how we can work with you, all the things.
Yeah, of course. So you can find me on Instagram at Amanda Rurik. You can also, I have links in there if you are interested in applying to work with me one-on-one. I do take a limited amount of clients because my one-on-one clients, they do take up my attention and love. So I do make sure that I pour everything into them. So if you're interested in that and really having someone to help guide you through each part and give you the education and walk through your healing journey and look at you as a whole human being and get to the root cause of what's going on for you, I invite you to apply there. It's I have a link in my bio for that. But you can also find me on, I also have a podcast as well called The Pinterest Board Mama, where I share different things. I share lifestyle things. I share hot takes. I share, mindset, nervous system things. So you can always check me out there just to get to, get in my world a little bit more. And if you're curious, again, like I said, I'm always open to questions. You can DM me on Instagram. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what questions you have, and I can definitely help guide you in the right direction.
Amazing. We'll be putting your Instagram in the show notes. You can find Amanda on her podcast. And this was incredible. Thank you for your wisdom, your magic. Thank you for opening up our eyes to there's more for us, to becoming our Pinterest board mama selves. This was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Kelly.
If you loved this episode as much as I did, please take a screenshot and tag me on Instagram so I can share you and your incredible body of work to my network and celebrate you. And as a special abundance gift, please give us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Take a screenshot, send it to me on Instagram, and I'll send you my sexy sales hypnosis to rewire yourself rich in your sleep.